Scat, dirty, rat, I'm packing that scrap every day. I'm black, taste, yeah.
Dear Millennials, the Lit Ass Podcast.
Lit.
Make sure you keep up with us on Facebook. Search Dear Millennials for merchandise. Updates on Instagram at Dear Millennials _ Talk to us on Twitter at DMillennialsPod. Check out all of our live shows, show highlights on YouTube, Dear Millennials Podcast. That's all you got to search. Do you want to listen? Do you prefer listening? Search Dear Millennials on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, iHeart Podcast, pretty much anywhere and everywhere there's podcasts, you can find Dear Millennials. If you are interested in booking, sponsoring, donating, or submitting any other inquiries, just email us dearmillennialspodcast@gmail.com. It's your boy. Top rank Marvin Frank, singer, songwriter, educator, student to the game, homie, lover, friend. Man, somebody on R. Kelly page. I don't know who has hacked R. Kelly's page, but he's been posting like crazy. Okay. Anyway, McLovin, what's going on, bro?
hey man, don't be.
Anyway, you got that shade.
Sound baby, stand up. It's your boy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. Stop. It's your boy McLovin. Got these chicks hot, straight out the oven. Educator, motivator, dark skin, drinking hen, teacher, preacher, got you dying, laughing, calling me the Grim Reaper. Ugh. Mary Jane, I see you over there imitating me.
Just trying. But it's your girl, Mary Jane, Georgia raised, Memphis made, book club creator, the HBCU advocator, and your favorites around the way, girl.
Man, I love you guys. It's your girl, OPP, aka South Memphis Queen, also known as the Memphis Finest.
And together we are Dear Millennials, the Lit Ass Podcast. I guess we on some giggle juice today.
Y'all are. Y'all on something else today. I don't know.
We are high on life, baby. Hello. This is the season of Thanksgiving. Shout out to everybody listening on YouTube Live. If you're listening on any of our streaming platforms to listen to podcasts, specifically you're obviously listening to Dear Millennials, we appreciate you. You could be doing anything with your day, with your time, but you're taking the time out to listen to us and get this lit work. All right, we appreciate you. We are live from Parsoir Studios. Oh my goodness, do I mess the name up every time? Parsoir Studios. Alec, we appreciate you, man. I think there's something in my childhood. There's a reason I keep saying Parsoir. And this act, it deals with a traumatic experience. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But charge it to my head, not my heart. Today, episode 8, we're live season 4. Lovers and Friends is the title of this episode.
Tell me again.
We had to do it again.
We had to do it again, right? Mm-hmm.
Tonight we're discussing, does your significant other need the approval of your friends for you to date them? Is it healthy to vent to your friends about your relationship? And more. Okay, keep listening. We can't wait to dive into this conversation. I have a feeling that it's going to be interesting. We're going to have a good time, and we're definitely going to let you know what our listeners had to say on social media. So you may very well hear your comment read live. But without further ado, it's time to get into our top 10 DM commandments. These are laws inspired by the culture and for the culture. Okay, until January 21st, we're going to keep this same commandment consistent. Thou shalt, you're fired. Okay, Dawn, it's time to go. Okay, it's time to get up out of there. You know, I heard somebody say, who would want to move into the White House after Donald Trump?
I know, right?
That is ugh. Anyway.
He probably messed everything up.
Woo. I couldn't imagine sleep anyway. Commandment number 2, thou shalt hustle different when you have student loans. Shout out to my shirt. I want to shout out my classmates Morgan Allison and my line brother Dez White of the On to the Next podcast. They show mad love to Dear Millennials. I'm rocking their t-shirt today, and their whole platform is hustle different when you have student loans. And I thought this was really timely because Joe Biden is pressing Congress and other legislators to cut, I think, $10,000 of student loan debt. Now, people have been complaining because they're like, Joe, you said 50.
You did. You did.
Know. So anyway, I thought that was pretty timely. But yeah, you hustle different when you got student loans. So everybody out there with student loans, keep pressure on these legislators to cancel that debt. All right?
Facts. Commandment number 3, thou shalt know if you went to COVID Givens all black affair this weekend, please get tested, okay?
Or the entire city is going to get shut down.
I'm just letting y'all know now. This past weekend, the city of Memphis had a huge turnout for the all black affair hosted by the city's king. I guess I would call him that. Curtis Givens, and it definitely has some whiplash behind it after over hundreds of people are in a building with no masks on, just parlaying and partying. The same people who are always talking about, I ain't gonna let my kids go up to school because they gonna have COVID. So make sure that y'all get tested, man. COVID is not a joke. We need to stop playing about having all these large functions. He had signs and he had, I guess, temperature checked, but nobody. I saw maybe 2 people wearing a mask. And it was thick. It was like everybody was like touching, breathing the same air. So I wasn't there. I saw it on Instagram. So
yeah, right. Number 4, thou shalt live in your truths and be beautifully you. It's so much easier to live in your truths and just be beautifully yourself and just enjoy your journey of life and everything that God has encompassed for you and the road that is ahead. That's just kind of like some motivation and lively advice to live by.
What God has for you, it is for you. I messed that up.
I thought it was if God. Okay.
Yeah, I messed it up.
Beautiful. Okay, commandment number 5. In the words of Aaliyah and gospel singer Donnie McClurkin, thou shalt get back up and try it again. Nate Robinson, we will never forget the knockout that you didn't see coming.
Damn.
Don't give up. I really hope that he tries it again because he can't go out like that.
Yeah, we didn't expect, and I think more than anything, take it seriously. I've heard a lot of sports analysts say, boxing, you don't just say, oh, I'm about to go box. No. Like, that's
he was really street fighting out there.
And that's exactly what it was.
And that's why he lost.
He didn't block. He had tennis shoes on. He wasn't ready.
He was charging the man like
head first.
He had no
himself.
Head first. Like it. He had no defense.
And I think what's his name? Jake Paul? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. And 2, he got in Nate Robinson's head before the fight. Nate Robinson went in there and he was ready to demolish dude, and Jake kept his composure, and I think that is why he won the fight. He was obviously more technical. And yeah, that's all good. Commandment number 6, thou shalt not twerk at True Kitchen or you will get your ass cussed out.
What?
In Dallas, have you all not seen the video?
No.
In Dallas, Texas, this restaurant owner has gone viral for cursing out patrons at his restaurant for twerking. He said, hey, my establishment is not for that. I created something for black people to have a class. If you want to twerk, you need to go to this place and that place. And if you don't like it, get the F out my establishment. But this is not what we do here. And he's been on TMZ. Now,
this was in Houston?
No, this was in Dallas. And a lot of people have had different thoughts on this. Some people feel like, hey, he had every right if it's his establishment, and it is okay to expect class of our people, especially in a restaurant setting. But at the same time, he had to acknowledge that he was obviously playing music that made people dance. So
exactly,
and
you have drinks. So if you have good drinks and you're playing the appropriate music, black people gonna turn up. but he needs to set the tone if that's his expectation.
Yeah, but he was hard on the ladies that day. But yeah, that was commandment number 6.
Number 7, thou shalt know that it's going to come back to you. Shout out to Marvin and DeMarcus for the Cupcakes and Cutie event that they had. It was absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
Actually, so Kiara, she was there and she was like, you guys are doing amazing things here in the city. I was like, no, I'm just, an observer for tonight, but you guys did an amazing job. I was like, shout out to those 2 brothers together for, hosting a great event. So, everybody's modest here, but we do some pretty dope things. So I was like, have your 5 seconds of fame.
Thank you, Dr. OPP. I really do appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming, and we know that was a day that you reserve. I don't want to put your business out there, but we know that Saturdays a lot of times are off limits for you, and so we appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate you. For the sacrifice.
I was late.
It don't matter.
You were on time.
I was late.
No, you was late. I saw it.
It's all good.
I was late. I was like,
but you came, and we appreciate
IKEA key.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I
also have number 8 too. Thou shalt live in peace. Just know that whatever's out there for you, it will come back to get you. Come back to you. So just be in peace and wait. It's time. You see what I'm saying? So these are just things to live by. Just stay peaceful, and whatever's yours is yours. You don't have to fight for it. Facts.
Period.
Facts. Period. Poop.
Big facts.
Commitment number 9, thou shalt not be in the talking stage or situationship longer than a year. Ladies and gentlemen, please let it go if he or she does not know what they want.
So no, and I'm glad that you said that. So you telling me that, and I want to get clarity. It is okay, and there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody for a year before y'all make it legit.
I think a year is too long. My recommendation is allow that man to, if you really feel it, go ahead and just, date around and be seriously talking to that one person for an entire year. But after that, really wrap it up and just be like, just do your thing and I'm gonna do my thing. Because people, it's difficult for both sides of the fence to not know what they want. That is not okay. You shouldn't accept treatment of that kind at all. And that goes for the man and the woman. If they don't want you, they don't know that they want you, they are unsure, just move forward.
I would say
be friends.
Assuming that one person wants something else and the other person doesn't. Because if you all are both clear on what you want and don't want, and you cool with talking, but I get it. I understand.
No, don't waste no time, because sometimes you don't want somebody that's uncertain about committing to you. You don't want that unless you're okay with that. But if you are not okay with somebody being uncertain about that commitment, just move forward.
But that can be uncommitted. Anyway, okay.
No, don't try to make
let her have it.
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it, because she already cut my head earlier today. Commandment number 10.
Yes.
Commandment number 10. Thou shalt know by this time you should have already thrown away your Thanksgiving meal. If you have not if you are still eating on Thanksgiving, if you're still eating on the food from last Thursday,
unless it's been in the freezer.
It is nasty.
Okay.
Nobody probably likes
That's okay.
it. You still got it.
Yeah, it still tastes good.
Part B of my commandment. If you have some sweet potato pie, please send me some.
Oh my God.
Please send me some. I want some.
You're so crazy. And those were our top 10 DM commandments, laws inspired by the culture and for the culture. If you are listening to our Instagram live show, thank you so much for tuning in every Monday. Instagram live. If you are listening to our YouTube live show every Monday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. We go live every Monday. All right, thank you for tuning in. Everybody on the chat right now, we appreciate you. And now it is time for our conversational piece. Let's talk. Again, welcome to episode 8 of season 4, Lovers and Friends. Today we're talking about friends and relationships. Okay, so let's start. All right, this is about to get juicy. First question. Does your significant other need the approval of your friends for you to date them?
Why the hell y'all looking at me first? You started breathing.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Damn, can I breathe?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not that hard.
Y'all know I got problems, heart conditions. For me, do I believe that I need approval from my friends so I can date my significant other?
Or do you need their approval? If you want to, I can start.
You can start. Go.
First of all, I believe that you do not need their approval, but I think you would be more comfortable. I believe that you will have more peace of mind with your friends approving of the person that you are dating. Because if you are sociable, I mean, that's pretty awkward to date somebody and then, your friends don't like them. I mean, it's uncomfortable. It's nothing about that is comfortable. You become, anxious about bringing them around. You can't really, you can't socialize with them. You can't bring them to gatherings. So, I don't think you need their approval, but I do think it can provide peace of mind.
Jump in really quickly. So that can be very true. However, you have to watch your friends. People become snakes, and sometimes approval can be hatred. Like they can be hating on the blessings that are coming your way because of the significant other that you found. So their approval sometimes is just disagreeing with you dating with that particular person because of jealousy. So you have to watch out for that. I don't think that you need approval because you're the one that is dating the other. Now, if they are having some hardcore evidence of why this person is not good for you, and it is actually factual and it's coming from the heart, then okay, they mean well. But some people, they're just, some friends or others who are just that do not approve just for the simple fact of probably jealousy and not really having any facts or reasons. You have to watch out for that. But be mindful of those social occasions. You don't always have to go to specific outings where that particular friend is going to be. Like, I also would expect that my friends, try to like my significant other because that's who I'm dating and that's who I love and that's who I want to be with. But if you just have no reason to like them, then we really ain't got to be friends because you probably just hating to begin with.
I'm the same way. I think it's easier to be in a circle of friends who like your significant other. I mean, it just makes everything just smoother. Ain't no slick shit being thrown. Ain't no grudges. Ain't no offenses or So I do feel like it'll be easier. Friends do hate. Sometimes, hell, they want them. And they don't want you to be happy. Or misery loves company. So they ain't happy. They don't want to see you happy. I also believe that friends sometimes like, dang, McLovin giving up the pimp game. You know what I'm saying? So now we can't hang out no more. Yeah. So, they'll probably be like, damn, well, he don't need this person. So I don't have friends like that whatsoever. But I'm just saying, I don't think that my friends need to approve my girl though. I mean, unless they know she's some freako or something like that that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like she done have sex tapes and even
very valid.
And even then, whatever you done before me is before me, and I can't judge you off that. But it's if you just keeping secrets and they know, then that's a different story.
I look at my friends like family. So for me, it's a yes, because my friends become family. Like, my whole entire family know my friends. They know where I'm at. They know who I'm kicking it with. My friends, I've been some friends since college. That's like 2010, 9. That's like 11 years. So my friends are family. They know my family. They be at my house. They sleep on, sleep over sometimes. So it's like, yeah.
Marvin, we ain't never spent the night over.
You are very blessed, though, because not a lot of women come across that type of relationship with females. I have very close friends, but I've also dealt with situations where women are not very trustworthy. Mm-hmm. So you are very lucky to say that I need the approval of my friends for my significant others. Not many women can say that, or actually feel that is,
something that they
can actually.
I understand that because, like, Stacy and so it's only 3. I have 3 close friends, so it's just 3 of us. So I would,
girlfriend.
It's only 3 of us. So I'm just like, we understand. We have healthy boundaries. We already have these kind of like discussions amongst each other. We all have different paths of life. Like I'm waiting for one to what I call jail, but she's about to get out of the Navy next year, and we're already making plans and stuff like that. Yes, because like they're limited phone and everything. But so yeah.
McLovin, we had this question actually later in the conversation, but you brought it up. I'm curious. If you knew, or if your friend, right, sees your significant other out and it looks like they're cheating, would you want them to tell you?
So I'm gonna say this, and shout out to I'm gonna just say my opinion first before I say my story. I believe that they should notify me and be like, hey, look, like, what your girl doing? Like, and I'm like, oh, she's supposed to be with OPP and Mary Jane. Oh, no, she with some nigga with a P. But, like, I feel like run it by me first. Don't necessarily make assumptions. Call me up, let me know. Because I might know, because I ain't that type of person. My girl can have guy friends.
I ain't saying a
and
word.
they can go out, because I have one of my closest friends is a woman, and I've definitely been out with her alone, just us, and it was just strictly friendship. So call me and let me know, hey, look, did you know your girl with some nigga with a hat turned to the back with a gold chain? Huh? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's Marvin. You know what I'm saying? Now if he tell me, these motherfuckers kissing,
right?
You better go over there and beat, not her ass, because we do not condone domestic disputes, but beat his ass for sure.
Interesting.
So,
ladies, what do y'all think?
I'm not saying a word because it's just gonna come back to you anyway. Ooh. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
So you gonna let? So you gonna let?
I'm gonna tell you something.
And you see
I'm gonna tell
my
you how
girl
women
cheating on me. You ain't gonna tell me.
No. First and foremost, DeMarcus.
There she go.
Government
about that all the time. I don't never get to be who I want to be.
Look, DeMarcus. Now I am not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna look at you like this, and keep it moving. And just because at the end of the day, it's gonna come back to you anyway, and that's facts.
So
with the world of social media, it's gonna come back to you.
So you're telling me if you see my girl out with a dude, you ain't even gonna tell me?
No.
Whew, we ain't friends.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Cause I guarantee if it was your brother, if your brother was seriously dating a girl. Mm-hmm. And you see her out booed up with another girl, another dude, I guarantee you telling your brother.
If I'm telling my brother better already know peep game or what type of female she is. So
like I said,
Mary Jane,
I didn't taught him well enough.
So in other words, you wouldn't be telling your brother. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you right now. I tell my brother well enough. I'm like, you better peep game.
Do you hear your sister? I hope they
better peep game.
Ariel.
Ariel and Josh know already who I am. Okay. I'm like, look at here. You better peep game. You better keep it 100. You better look.
Mary Jane, what you about to say?
You better look into
that. So I really think that you need to have this conversation with your friend when she or he gets into a relationship and what their preference is, because I've had a situation where this time I actually did keep my mouth closed because this particular person had done some behind closed things with this friend for quite some time. So when I did know some tea, I didn't say anything. And then he threw me under the bus because he thought I already told her. And then the friend got really upset with me.
See,
right?
So even when you try to keep your mouth closed and stay out of it, if it comes back around and you knew it, then you get in trouble. So you really just got to know the preference.
Let me say this real quick. First of all, shout out to the YouTube live chat. Jennifer White says, please tell me if the man cheating, with an emoji. Amber Bugs, what's up, Amber? She says, tell me if he belongs to the streets. And Slim Thugger says, I will speed up the karma process and let my friend know what's up. I will say this on this question. If I'm being a quality partner, if my friend knows that, you know, I'm doing right by my girl, woo the woo, and he sees something that doesn't look right, I'm okay with him or her telling me. However, you better have your facts correct.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Call me first.
Yeah, you need to have your... No, don't call me first. You need to make sure you are seeing what you are seeing. Because that... I mean, what if, McLovin, I'm with your girl and we planning a surprise birthday party and you don't know that? But it's still fishy that me and her are out as is. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like have your facts together. I don't want to hear about it unless you know this is really something that's not cool. And again, I want to emphasize the point. If I'm doing right, if you know I'm your friend and I'm doing right by the person that I'm with, and obviously this looks like a situation where I'm being taken advantage of or the person isn't doing right by me, I'm cool with you telling me.
No, fool. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and stop you right there. And I'm being 1,000.
Yeah.
And I'm not speaking from me. If you my nigga and I fucks with you, I don't care what, if I know this is your main squeeze, I don't care what you do. This your main squeeze and I see her out, yes, I'm letting you know what's up. I don't care what.
I'm telling you.
No, I'm going to tell you, hey, bro, yes, I know you got 5 squeezes, but your main squeeze out here for these streets. I'm going to tell you what's up.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That's just homeboy code. Nah, I'm sorry.
That's good, but I'm going to be honest.
I am going to let my people know.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to say anything because then if you ain't got straight facts, now you are in between a relationship and your friendship. So it's just like, yo, and you know, people believe their significant others over their friends if they love it. Like, so you know what I'm saying? So you over here, hey, yo, I'm looking at this, and then next thing you know, your friend coming at you. So let me say this:
if the facts are straight,
I don't know about that. You can have your facts, but still, if
you were straight for me, and I ended up being,
thank you, Mary Jane. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You got mad because you didn't say anything. Exactly, and that's the problem. If you don't do your friends, like you see your friend with somebody and the person they with doing wrong, you let your friend know.
I'm gonna say this.
It depends on the friend.
Thank you.
Have these conversations.
This is true.
If I'm calling you my friend, I don't call people my friend if you don't mean a lot to me. If you are my friend, quote unquote,
do what you feel is in best judgment of you.
Yeah, but just know it comes with repercussions. If you choosing to let, like OPP said, and I mean, and I'm just keeping it real. I know it all too well. Especially if a friend comes to you with something, just know that relationship, whether it's with them or that your partner in them, it will never be the same.
And I understand that,
and additionally, I just want to add one more thing.
Because 9 times out of 10, the female is gonna stay with the man. She gonna
or vice versa.
Or vice versa. Why should you make it seem like men don't stick around?
Yeah.
Who hurt you?
I think a man
y'all don't. If a woman cheated on y'all, y'all are out. Y'all are not.
I don't think that's true.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
That's not true.
Nope.
Thank you, Mary Jane.
Nope. I've been cheated on, and I definitely stayed like a stupid ass nigga. But see you right now, I'm gonna beat your ass. No, I'm playing.
So Dage, from a woman's perspective, first and foremost, we know they gonna stay. So what you telling for? Like, come on, let's just be real
That's
about
excuses.
it. No, it's not. You need to be real about it. Like, you already know she's going to be like, oh, you try to give it out, like, see something for herself, where the facts at. From a woman perspective, you get in that. You get between that. Oh, hell finna break loose.
So speaking
finna break loose.
Speaking of getting in between, okay, let's move on to the next question. Is it appropriate to vent about your relationship to your friends? Is it appropriate? Is it appropriate to vent about your relationship to your friends?
So when you mean vent, I mean I'm assuming because
if he beating on you, then you need to say something.
Huh? Say it again.
If he's beating on you, then you
yeah. If
I mean all things included.
You're right. Okay, let me say this.
And let's clarify.
No, they're gonna be.
Oh, what you say?
I'm sorry. I was gonna say there are levels to it because my friends love them to death, but I'm not venting to them about my relationship. I've learned that from my younger years because for one, they are not going to, if I continue to vent to them, they are going to have some type of like ill feelings toward. Two, we have to work that out between us. I don't need to be persuaded by others on what to do in my relationship. Whatever we go through stays in-house. That's how you build a foundation. You work that out with you, God, whoever, marriage counsel, all of that. Friends, family, they gotta stay out of it. Even though they are looking out for your best interest, they are not living your life.
Facts.
And if that man is not beating you, if that woman is not beating on you, then it needs to stay between y'all.
Everybody has problems in a relationship, and there's no relationship that is perfect. You have to look at things for the long term. If you're venting to your friend about, and it's such thing as small vents and big vents. You can talk to your friend like, oh, this motherfucker left the toilet seat up
wash
again.
the dishes,
like stuff like that. But if it gets down to it, y'all going through serious stuff, and you like, yeah, Mary Jane cheated on me, and I caught her at Kroger holding hands with, I don't know, the meat man at I don't know, but
hey, butchers make good money.
They really do. Trust me. But still, they
come up.
I feel like if I'm going to stay with you, I shouldn't be venting to my friends anyway. 2 reasons. They're going to look at you differently, and they're going to look at me stupid as hell. And then they just going to be like, and then it's going to get to a point where they just get tired of it. They going to feel some type of way about you. They're going to feel some type of way about your friend. So my thing is that if you're going to vent to them about something big, you slick me, just stop talking to that person anyway. That's how I see it. If I'm going to tell you, because I feel like this, you can't tell your friends everything about your relationship.
They can't know it. Maybe small stuff.
Basic stuff.
Yeah.
Basic stuff.
Not run to your friends for every little thing.
Nah, because friends like to get in your business.
Yeah.
And they like to take things into their own hands sometimes.
And by the way, quick plug, we're going to read what our social media followers had, or in our social media friends had to say specifically about this question, and we'll do it as soon as the conversation piece is on. I want to add to this. I don't think it's appropriate to vent to your friends about your relationship, specifically friends, plural. I think it is okay to have a confidant, and I feel like if you do, that person or those people need to be objective, and they need to be real enough to give you both sides of it. Like, for example, what I love about my mom, I talked to my mom about my relationship problems. But one thing my mom will do, and because she's a woman, she's going to say, Marvin, well, as a woman, I understand why she feels the way that she feels. And so I think if you choose to vent about your relationship, and I think one thing that's pretty common here, Mary Jane, is you know your friends. And I think, you need to know your friends and know who you're venting to. But, and just one last thing I want to add on this. 2, I think if you're going to vent, you need to be conscious about what you vent. And I think all too often when we say we're venting, is something negative.
Right.
And just as much as you want to talk about what, your partner does or did that you do not like or did not like, you need to also be like, oh, Bae sent me flowers today.
Right.
Or, you know, I really love that he or she listens when I talk. Like, I can, you know what I'm saying? So I think we need to be really intentional. If we're going to vent, it needs to be a balance of positive and the not so positive.
Yeah.
So also, you know, that's how people, rumors, if you vent to one friend, they going to have a friend that they also vent to. So you giving them your problems as your secrets. They have somebody that they also trust. And then everybody gonna know your shit. Oh, McLovin ate my ass. And then boom, you trusted somebody with that information, you know, and now she trusts somebody else. Like, then it's a cycle of, now people ain't gonna want to drink out of my cup and shit. And everybody just looking at me weird. So
Booty mouth.
oh, it's a shitty mouth. Look at him drinking out that cup. Put his name on that.
Like from my perspective, if you're venting, that means you need to have a discussion or talk with that person. That's exactly
Which
what
person?
I tell. If my friend comes,
other.
so if my friends come venting to me, I was like, so that means you need to go ahead and sit down, because if this is something that's bothering you, y'all need to go ahead and have this discussion. Like, I'm like, yo, you need to stop telling me. You need to tell this person. Why you telling me? Because you emptying out all of the stuff you saying to me, but you need to be telling this person this. So you can kind of set those like healthy boundaries.
Like to just
like
drag
that.
out things.
Facts.
Like they don't know how to have the conversation, create a solution, and move forward.
Yeah, so that's my thing. No, so that's what I'm saying. Like, and if it gets to that point, I'm just like, yo, you all need a mediator then or something, or have some go. Like, can you not have this conversation with this person? If you can't have this conversation with this person, that's kind of like, are you not in good communications? What are your communication styles? What are you guys doing? How does this work? You see what I'm saying?
But you know what? To that point, man, I just lost my train of thought. Having that conversation, in the words of Kanye West, we all self-conscious. I'm just the first to admit it. I think one thing about that line, right? We're all self-conscious. So sometimes I may call a friend or my confidant for the fact of, yo, am I tripping about this? So sometimes it's so that I don't overreact. So I don't put a wedge in my relationship. So I'm not bringing something that's really not a big deal. It may be an insecurity. So that's why I think it's okay to vent if you have that person. Yeah. Sometimes, you might want to have a conversation with your significant other, but there are sometimes some things that we may overreact to, or that we simply do that. So sometimes I'm venting because I need to check. It's coming from a place of, yo, am I tripping? Is this something that, you know?
But also make sure that the friend that you venting to, one, is not biased, two,
exactly,
is a level-headed person. One of my best friends, I love him to death. I promise you I do. I was best man in his.
I'm just kidding.
I was best man in his wedding. Shout out to Carlton McDonald, my guy.
So Carl,
I know that for him, I know if I vent to him, Carl is like me. It's more so like, all right, you gonna give me the facts, and then it's like, oh hell no! Like he just, oh hell no, bro, leave her. Like he gonna give you the worst advice because
exactly.
I mean, so it's like,
you should talk to that person.
So, and he's, you know, you need somebody that's level headed, that is going to be able to dissect the whole problem or the whole vent,
be mature,
and truly see both sides. You know. So it's hard. It's hard to definitely find a level headed person that's non-biased. So, you know. Because if it's your friend, then, you know, your friend, of course, going to try to see
your side of thing. That's what I'm saying. So for me, it's like you're venting and talking to the wrong person. And I tell my friends that after I listen to them, I let them have their venting session. And once they have their venting session and get it out, because, you know, sometimes that's what people want to do. It's just like, I just want to get this out off my chest. I'm just here to see if you listen. And so I'm not there to kind of like nitpick everything. I'm just there to listen and let them release it and let it out. Because sometimes that's what they want to do. And so once they release it, I was like, okay, so are you ready to talk to that person about that situation? Like, I let my friend, sometimes that's what friends are for. I'm just here for you to release what it is that you need to release, to make sure you good, because everybody does not go to counseling. So for me, from that perspective, it's just like, okay, you're venting, you're here to release. After you release what you need to release, do you want to have this conversation with this person? Sometimes they just need an outlet and they're just tiresome of this person. So just looking at it, like I said, I treat my friends like my sisters. I have 4 sisters. My sister's coming to me, okay, you're done venting. Do you want to have this conversation with this person? Is it that crucial? And sometimes they just want you to listen, and that's what you do. You just listen, and you may or may not give feedback to the situation or perspective. That's just what I'm going to be honest. That's what I do.
Great point. We're going to come right back to
this. Can I
this.
say something really quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
You are a very trustworthy person. I know that you are, and my friends are as well. But I really do feel strongly that, like, you have to protect the boundaries in your relationship.
This is true.
You have to be very careful with the information that you share to others, just out of protecting what you have with your significant other. That is very important, because your friends, your family, they are not in that relationship with your significant other.
That's true.
So regardless of how trustworthy people in your life are, and if they allow you to just come and talk, you have to be careful that you are not letting others into what's going on in your household and your life with the person that you're in a relationship with.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 8, Lovers and Friends, season 4. We're coming right back to this conversation. We're going to take a quick commercial break. If you are a business, or you know any business owners who are interested in having a specialized lit-ass commercial, refer them to Dear Millennials, a lit-ass podcast. And here's a little snippet of what they can expect.
Hey, McLovin, did you ever get that cream for that rash?
Why, yes, I did, brother. Thanks for asking. And word of advice, never go raw with a woman who claims to be a virgin.
Ugh, tell me about it. Ain't that an itch? By the way, what was the name of that cream?
Itch Away.
Itch Away?
Yeah, man. Itch Away. Itch away that itch you got from that
See, stop. Just stop.
And that was a word from our sponsors.
Written and produced by Dear Millennials, Lit Ass Podcast. Again, if you are interested in having a specialized commercial for your business or brand, right, reach out to Dear Millennials through social media or Dear Millennials Podcast at gmail.com. Let's get back to our conversation. Episode 8, Lovers and Friends. Let's head to our survey says. Okay, shout out to everybody on our social media accounts who responded to the different questions that we posed. We'll start with Instagram. Okay, we posted some QTNAs. Is that right? Questions that need answers. On our Instagram. So the first question. I'm gonna channel my Steve Harvey. Let's see if I can do this. First question. Nah, that was terrible. Okay. Is it healthy to vent to your friends about your relationship? Okay, 25% say yes. 75% said no.
Told you. See, like,
Again, is it healthy to vent to your friends about your relationship? 25% said no. 25% said yes. 75% says no. All right. And the next
You
question.
sound more like Eddie Murphy, not Steve Harvey.
Nah, I gotta work on my Eddie Murphy. Well, okay, I kind of did that on the fly. Survey say? Okay, let's go to the second one. See, now I'm about to work on my Steve Harvey, Mary Jane. The next week is on and popping. Mark my words. All right, let's go to the second one. Do your friends need to approve of your significant other? Do your friends need to approve of your significant other? According to our Instagram survey, 29% say yes, 71% say no. Okay, interesting. And now let's head over to Facebook. So this question, we posted it on our different Facebook accounts. The same two questions that we mentioned again. Does your significant other need the approval of your friends for you to date them? And also, is it healthy to vent to your friends about your relationship? And you all feel free to comment on anything somebody says. Shout out to Pop Shots. He says, and I quote, first question, hell no. Second question, hell no. And hell no. Shout out to Pop Shots. Another one from Vinny Woo. I want to know you all's thoughts. He said, nope, your friends aren't in the room with them. It's none of their business. Also, don't open doors you can't close. You'll likely forgive your partner for whatever drama y'all go through, but the friends won't. And they don't have to. And you'll be forever accountable for how they handle your significant other after you put them onto new information.
Fact. That's real. I was just telling somebody that. Like, don't be mad because now I'm at Thanksgiving and your cousin's looking at me crazy. You told them something about me.
Right.
So that's what I say. It's like, you do. That's why I encourage people to like go to counseling, or if you have a trustworthy friend that has become like family, like, I know my friend, like I know my sisters and I know my friends. I'm just like, oh, you're just venting. Okay, have a seat. Did you bring Chick-fil-A with you? And just let them have that session, because it's like they're venting. They just kind of want to get something off their chest at that moment. And I feel like sometimes some people look too deep into things because they want to get something out of it on themselves. But if this is truly your friend and you know your friend, like, yeah, she's just venting. Yeah, you can lay on the couch. Just go ahead and vent. Girl, what you want? What you want to eat? What you want to drink? And let her get that off her chest. Okay, now you can go about your way. Because it's like,
You know what?
so for me,
You put that person, you have to learn to go to that person
yes,
for everything. Like, if you are really looking forward to a long marriage, it's you two, it's y'all two.
Come on, marriage.
that's what. Yeah, it's like
You got to answer to each other.
You do.
It's you and your significant other.
it is you too. But like for me, y'all already know how I roll. 2 to 3 business days. And how did I get to 2 to 3 business days to digest and dissect the way that I feel?
Well, hold on. Oh, it wasn't 2 to 3 business days.
Nah, that shit was like 3 to 4 month days.
So,
But
you
bro,
know how...
Nah, I wasn't just messing with you.
Thank you. So, you know how I am. It's just like, hold up. Let me dissect the way that I feel about certain things. So you have to dissect the way that you feel. You can't just be jumping off of things of a humbug or a windbug, because you have to dissect the way that you feel. You're an adult. You can't react to every emotion that you have. As an adult, if you do that, that's like sporadic. You have to dissect. You have to learn. You have to understand. What is it that I'm feeling? Is this correct? That like growth is great, but for me, y'all know I'm a slow digester.
So let me read another one. From Kara Simone, our favorite news reporter. What's up, Care Bear? She says, it depends on the situation. My friends want what's best for me and vice versa. So their input is important. It is ultimately up to me. It would be hard if they didn't like him because they've been my friends for more than decades, whereas this is a new person. I'm normally the one giving advice, and I try to be sensible about it and keep in mind that there may be aspects of the relationships I'm not privy to. I think that's and it kind of touches on something vaguely. Oftentimes when we vent, I don't think we're always, no, you know what? I'm going to read this next comment because that's going to affirm exactly the point I want to make. Corlissa Holmes, Lane College, what it do? She said, nope, venting is normally no accountability. So no to that. And that's the point I wanted to make. I do agree. I think oftentimes when we vent, now I try to be conscious of this, but I think generally speaking, it's something that we all have to be intentional about. When we are venting, we're not talking about what we did. Right, we're not talking about
whole truth.
Yeah, there we go.
We're just, this person did this. Yeah, she was texting this other dude, but she caught you texting, your ex. So, I think that accountability piece is real. And I want to read one more. Shout out to Danielle Inez. She said approval, no, but they need to be compatible. I vent to a couple of friends, but all of my friends offer advice as I need it. If you don't have your own personal cabinet, you're losing. I can go to mine about my career, relationship, family, etc. They don't know the intimate details of my relationship, but they know enough, and they know me. And I trust them to offer thoughtful perspective and maybe even a little advice. So I thought that was cool.
I agree with that.
You know, and it kind of speaks to, you know, Dej was talking about your friends, you know, and I think that's something you have to really consider too when you're venting. But yeah, so shout out to our listeners and everybody that commented. And I'll read one more, then we'll move forward to the words of affirmation. Shout out to Claudia Smith. She said, for me personally, my friends need to approve of my man. I'm a very social person, and as an only child, my friends are like my family. I trust them to see things I may be blind to. I will let my man meet my friends as a test to see if he is even qualified to meet my parents.
Who said this?
Claudia Smith. To the second question.
Be careful now.
I didn't say nothing.
to the second, and I'm quoting to the second question. I think you need to know which friends you can and can't do things with. It is healthy to get an outside opinion sometimes, especially if you're pro therapy. If you have an emotionally mature friend that can keep things unbiased and keep you accountable, then yes, you can vent to that friend.
Like I said earlier, that's all I'm saying. Dang, she must know who that is.
Now, Claudia is a homegirl of mine.
I wasn't talking about you.
Chicago.
Here you go, y'all.
But yeah, so shout out to everybody so if you would like to be a part of our survey says, make sure you follow us on Instagram at dearmillennials_, typically 24 hours before the show or a couple of days before we'll post questions that you can expect to look forward to. And we would love to know your response. And now it is time for our Dear Millennials open letter, our words of affirmation to get us through the week.
Dear millennials, people are going to judge you for the rest of your life. Live your life and don't seek approval from people who can't get approved a 300 credit limit on their credit card. Learn to communicate with your people and have them to understand boundaries. Keep people out of your business, especially if they do not have the best interest for you. Who's in your corner? Are you in good hands? Speaking of hands, whoever stole my motherfucking car, I'm throwing these goddamn hands. I got my car back today, Mary Jane. I ain't tell you that. I'm throwing hands. I'm finna go around the whole fucking city. Okay, my bad.
Come on, don't incriminate
You're
yourself.
right. You're right. Podcast host.
Right.
Dear millennials, y'all make sure y'all have a lit ass week.
Thank you, McLovin, for our words from affirmation, man. You spoke a lot of truth there. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Episode 8. We are in season 4. Season 4 is almost coming to a close, y'all. Don't forget, we have some very exclusive deals on merchandise. Just hit up our Instagram at Dear Millennials _. Get you a sweatshirt, Dear Millennials sweatshirt, and some other type of merch. That's lit, right? Any color you want, you can have it. It's your boy Top Rain Marvin Frank. Shout out to just my family. Again, I want to encourage everybody. I know, sometimes we may not be where we want to be. We may not have what we want to have, but we still have so much to be thankful for. And I'm definitely thankful for the greatest co-host in the world. So shout out to you all. This has been such a great ride. And this is such a highlight of my week. To every Monday night. But shout out to my mom, my nephew Cam, my goddaughter Mackenzie, Dakota, my sister, my dad, just my family. Chicago stand up, essential workers, we appreciate you. Love.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Your boy McLovin.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
Hating ass. Anyway, shout out to Dale, of course. started his first day of school today, you guys. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have took him, but a motherfucker had my motherfucking car, but it's okay. Daddy loves you. Shout out to all 7 of my siblings that I'm not gonna name today. James, Ariel, Quandril, Felicita, Darice, Desmond, and Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my mama who was not here for fucking Thanksgiving, although I don't celebrate it, but damn, you could have been here. She is enjoying her marriage life. She went to go see her other family. Don't know what the fuck that means. In Dallas. Shout out to Mama Frank. I want to make sure that I shout out to Marvin's mom, man. She was prepping us for our performance Saturday at Cupcake Cuties. Man, I promise you, she was hard on our ass, boy. I'm telling you, I didn't even know who she was. Nope, not that. I was like, damn, Marvin, that's your mama? She talked to you like that? Yeah, but she was definitely, man, amazing coach. Thank you, mama. I love you. I know you're always praying for me, so I appreciate that.
It's your girl Mary Jane. Shout out to Marvin. He gave us a shout out, but we have to shout him out for just leading this podcast.
Absolutely.
The brains of it all.
Yes.
So thank you so much for bringing us together.
Oh, yeah.
Our fierce leader.
That's it. I'm sorry. Shout out to everyone. I'm giving family shout outs as well because we just enjoyed the Thanksgiving holiday. I enjoy being around my family. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so that is what I am anxiously waiting for. But yeah, those are all my shout outs.
So you guys already know who it is. It's your girl OPP, aka South Memphis Queen. I am not gonna name all of my siblings today while you counting on your hand. Just this one time. Actually, I'm gonna say, thank you, fam, for always tuning in and being supportive and doing everything that you can in your power to assist and help. Shout out to Nyla and Cherish, the additional to the family. Shout out to Tink Tink, my new nephew. Just came in the game. Like, that's a little nickname I gave him. Don't do that. Yeah. Look at you, just already.
It's natural. No, it's natural.
Look at him. I'm petty. Just King Petty. So that's all I have, you guys. Look at just King Petty.
Shout out to Lil Tink Tink.
Yep, Lil Tink Tink.
Nah, that's cool. Shout out to nicknames. Again, thank you everybody again for taking the time out of your day, your night, your afternoon, whatever time it is where you are at the moment. Special thanks to our YouTube live audience. We appreciate you lighting up the comments and engaging in our podcast today. We can't do this without you all. And again, just thank you so much, all you all support. We're going on 2 years together.
2 years, y'all.
2 years, man. And again, just to re-emphasize, man, this is, not that we ever have to talk about, how difficult this can be, but again, we bring you this, and it's an investment that we're making, so we appreciate you all for also investing in us. But yeah, without any further ado, make sure you have a lit ass week.
Last week.
All right. Write a review too.